Good evening. You're listening to 90.3 FM Radio Suerte, and this is the Monday Evening Report. Breaking global news. Ukrainian troops fight the good fight, but some of the troops are starting to feel outgunned and outnumbered. The Ukrainian military struggles to keep their morale high and to keep their fighters from desertion. A Ukrainian battle commander in charge of 800 men is feeling the toll of the war. He has seen so many of his men get killed, so many of them severely wounded. Now the war continues on. Multiple soldiers told the same story, saying that they had several points during the war when they had clear shots and clear view of the Russian troops, but sadly they did not have the weapons or the ammunition to take their position. One of the Ukrainian military officers said he was trying to work his guys 3 to 4 days a week and then rotate in new fresh men. But now that the Russians have started to use drones, he says it takes every moment for them to be on guard. It's too dangerous to swap out the men, and so now many of them have to put in 20 days straight. Many people wonder why the United Nations stood by idly and did not stop Russia from this type of aggression that was totally unprovoked. More global breaking news. Ahead of the key debate that's coming down between presidential candidates, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris, families are calling on this as a nonpartisan action. They want the Democrats and the Republicans to work together on a plan that would bring the hostages home safe. There are so many Americans that are over there, and family members are seeking answers, and they want to see more U.S. pressure come down on both Hamas and Israel to reach a deal so that their family members can come home. We here at 92.3 FM Radio Suerte, we want and hope these hostages can come home soon. More breaking national news. This upcoming debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris is sure to be a must-watch event. The debate will take place in Philadelphia on Tuesday, and they say that this is the first time that both candidates are going to see each other on the stage. President Joe Biden's last appearance in June left the Democrats scrambling, so now Kamala Harris is in the driver's seat, and the Democrats are counting on a real win. On the other hand, Trump supporters are feeling real confident, and they know that fireworks are going to go off, and they are confident that former President Donald Trump will pull out all the stops for a decisive win. We want all of our listeners to be informed. Make sure that you watch this debate. Think about your family. Think about what matters to you and vote with conviction. This election can make or break America. More national news. A head of a U.S. think tank is being extradited on China agent charges. Gal Luft, he is a dual U.S. Israeli citizen. He was arrested in Cyprus last February and he fled while on bail, but he was just recently recaptured. Luft, according to court filings, he was head of the Institute for Analysis of Global Security. This group focused on energy, security, and economic trends. Federal prosecutors accused Gal Luft as being a former high-ranking U.S. government official. He was working to broker the sale of weapons and Iranian oil. The U.S. Justice Department is really cracking down on alleged agents, especially those who are adversaries like Russia and China. As you can see, when you think people aren't watching, they are. On to local Orange County news. Fire erupts near homes in Orange County, triggering evacuations. They say a fire of 800 acres raced for about 2 hours, triggering an evacuation. The blaze, dubbed the airport fire, started around 1:30 p.m. along the 32,000 block of Trabuco Creek Road. The Trabuco Canyon firefighters attacked the fire from both the ground and using airdrop. OC sheriffs also told the residents that they need to evacuate, and they started looking at areas from Rose Canyon Road, Trabuco Creek Road, Trabuco Canyon Road, Trabuco Oak Drive, Joplin Loop, and Cook's Corner. They needed to evacuate. A temporary evacuation post has been set up there in Lake Forest at the Lake Forest Sports Complex, and that is 28000 Vista Terrace in Lake Forest. More Orange County news. Tustin police were called and an 18-year-old man was arrested in connection of a hit and run. They said a woman was severely injured and she was struck while being out in front of an apartment complex. Well, when the police arrived, not only did they find her injured, they found a man with a stab wound, and they say that man got into an altercation, and they say the young man stabbed him several times and he died from his wounds. Not long ago were they able to apprehend Jan Daniel Lopez in Anaheim. The investigation is ongoing. On to local Orange County weather. It has been severely hot today. It was 102 today. Right now it is in the high 80s. Tomorrow, Tuesday, it's going to cool off a little bit to 90. Wednesday, the temperatures are going to drop to 79. Thursday, 80, and Friday, 79. Thank goodness it's going to cool off, and so we want you to be mindful of your pets and your children. Make sure that when you're out here in the heat, you have to keep in mind a car's temperature can really shoot up high. So make sure you take care of your pets and your children. What's hot in the OC? It is too hot to cook in the house. So rather than heating up the kitchen, why don't you go to the grocery store and make yourself a nice cold salad? Do something healthy. And remember, there are great things that you can do. Tuna salad, chicken salad, really cool stuff. And you know, the best part of it is you can also save some money. Now, if you have a few extra bucks and you just don't feel like even hassling with it, you can go to the Lighthouse, 1600 West Balboa Boulevard in Newport, right there on the water. Take your family out, have a fantastic dinner. You can also check out the Cliff Restaurant, Laguna. It's going to be beautiful. 577 South Coast Highway. And if you got the real big bucks, go on over to the Ritz-Carlton, Laguna Niguel, 1 Ritz-Carlton Drive, Dana Point, 92626. Have a great time. Have a great dinner. Now, on to entertainment. Jailed Hollywood film mogul Harvey Weinstein was taken to a New York hospital for an emergency heart surgery. Man, this is pretty rough. He's 72 years old, and Weinstein has been in and out of the hospital since he was arrested back in 2020. They say that a few weeks ago he was suffering from COVID as well as pneumonia in his lung. They say that Weinstein has certain illnesses like diabetes, coronary artery disease, anemia, hypertension, obstructive sleep apnea, chronic lower back pain, sciatica, chronic leg pain, arthritis, and he has an eye element that's making him lose part of his vision. Man, these guys got it rough. To top it all off, they say a new grand jury has 3 more cases coming about him, and these are women who are filing charges on him. More entertainment news. This is really heartbreaking. The megastar, the one and only, the man himself, James Earl Jones, he passes away at 93 years old. James Earl Jones was an actor of actors, and let me tell you something, his career spans for 7 decades, and he has hundreds of credits under his belt. He is a legend in Hollywood film, stage, and screen. Everything he touched was top shelf, and they say that he was an Emmy, Grammy, and a Tony winner. James Earl Jones, his screen debut was back in 1964 as an actor in Doctor Strangelove, and his body of work, everything that he did were hits. Everything from Conan the Barbarian, Field of Dreams, and they took Tom Clancy's book and they turned them into blockbusters like Hunt from Red October, Patriot Games, and Clear and Present Danger. He took 2 Emmy Awards for Outstanding Actor in a drama series called Gabriel's Fire and an Outstanding Supporting Actor role in Heat Wave. This report cannot give James Earl Jones all the praise that he deserves. Just understand, we now have lost one of the greatest actors to ever appear in entertainment. As an actor, it is my deep regret that I never had an opportunity to work with him. But I have to say, I am definitely inspired. So I humbly follow him in his gigantic footsteps. And on that note, I will give him a moment of silence. And that's going to wrap it up. I'm Rodney Allen Rippey, and you've just heard another 90.3 FM Radio Suerte report.